Hey guys, it's SamVDH here, and this is going to be a different video. I've never made a video like this before, but this is going to kind of be an opinion video. There's been a lot of debate in the Marvel Contest of Champions community right now about Act 6, and I just want to present my opinion, and I know I'm probably going... Here, let me fix that. Sorry, the lighting was bad. I know I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for what I'm about to say, but I just want to explain why I'm saying what I say. And I'm just gonna go through everything I remember. So the debate, if everyone doesn't know, Kabam did say that Act 6, I'll just show, it's not come out yet. It comes out a week from 2 days ago, so that'll be the 13th. And they have new updates. It's already going to be called Chapter 1 is called Cavalier, and they've already said that you can't use 4 stars in this. It's only 5 stars and 6 stars, and it's going to be an unpopular opinion, but I agree with Kabam. I'm taking Kabam's side. This is a good move by them. It's not a money grab, and I'll tell you why I think that. This game has 2 aspects to it. The main 2 aspects are skill and roster. You can get by with one or the other if they're very, very good, or you can get by with both. You can't get by with neither. The best thing to have is to have skill and a weaker roster. And I feel like a lot of the content recently has been more towards skill and less towards roster, such as, I'll give you an example. Oh, it disappeared, but the event from last month with Captain Marvel was a perfect example. Yeah, there were champs that could better than others, but I did it with an extremely generic team, a team I've had for a long time. I did it with, let me show you. I did it with Blade. I did it with Star-Lord. I did it with Doc Ock. I did it with 4-star Corvus. And I did it, who was it? I might have used, I'm not sure. I don't think I used Medusa. But I used mostly old champs. Blade, 1.5 years old. He's not a new champ, and not used except Corvus are new. And honestly, I could have done without Corvus. He was useless. The only thing he did was do decent damage against the Iron Man Infinity War. Star-Lord is actually an excellent counter, and he is the oldest champ in the game. He came out right on the release date, or maybe a couple months after. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't play that much back then. But a lot of the content recently has been geared towards that. And then we come this month with the... next topic I'll go on is Variant. Variant is, in my opinion, mix between skill and roster. There has never been something more perfect right in the middle than Variant. Yes, there are many champs that are excellent to help, that are amazing counters, but let's look at my tech and my science team. Or tech and mystic, sorry. Like, right here, this is my best team I use. This is not a good team for exploring Variant. I don't have good counters. Let's go back to Chapter 1. I 100%ed it, and I'll show you the team I use for the entire thing. I didn't have Doc Ock. I didn't have Sentinel. This is the team I used for the entire event. I used him and... I think it was Archangel or Deadpool. I think it was Deadpool for most of it. No, there was no 4-star. It was these 2. And then I swapped out Iceman sometimes. I needed him for one fight the entire time. And I got through it. I got through 100%, less than 1,000 units in the first chapter. And it was good. The second, third chapter, and just so you know, when I'm saying this, I don't mean to say that there are champions that make it insanely easier, and I agree, there are. There are several champions that make it much easier. But that's not specifically what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the combination. And when you're looking at these harder fights, like for example, I think one of the hardest fights in all of Variant comes in this map, if it'll ever load. Just taking like my first 5. Just so I can open up the map. One of the hardest fights in the entire thing is going to be a Korg here. On the left side, right here. 15% buffet. Oh no, it's this Korg. This Korg is probably the hardest enemy in the whole thing. And who do I have as a counter? No one. I'm just going to have to suck it up and take down this Korg. I don't have a good counter. Actually, I don't have a good counter for most of this chapter because I don't have a Corvus. Don't have a Hyperion. But I'm going to have to use champs that are weaker and just play better with them. And that's what I think the contest should be about. It's about pushing boundaries and introducing you to fights that seem really hard so that you'll have to figure out ways around it. And that's why I really like the new notes. Is exploring 100% variant and 6.1 going to be cheap? No. It's going to be very expensive, even for me. But I think that in the way that this game is going, it is the best option to have some content that is limited to people. And I have 2 main arguments that I haven't really touched on yet. Oh my god, okay, the first one. This is not the first time that we've seen exclusive content. The first ever exclusive content we saw was Variant. We have 3 chapters, and you get 2 classes for each. So chapter 1 is Skill and Mutant, chapter 2 is Tech and Mystic, and chapter 3 is Cosmic and Science. This is kind of unique. I was kind of shocked when this came out, but as soon as I got the hang of it, I'm like, yeah, this is actually pretty cool. I happen to have a fairly balance between the 3, although my chapter 3 is much weaker than the other 2. My chapter 2 team is much weaker than the other 2, and I need champs for that. But I actually really like this new thing with the exclusive. And then the second thing that was exclusive, Nick Fury's Recon Initiative. And that's when we had to use specific champs. And this was easy. I got through this very easily, and I don't have an amazing roster for this line. I just have like 5 champs at 550 or better, and that's not very good. Star-Lord 4-star, used him for 1 fight the entire time. Hulk Ragnarok, 1 fight the entire time. Gamora 0 times. Asian Venom 0 times. And 5-star Star-Lord the rest of the fights. As long as you have a pretty balanced one, you can do it. I managed to finish the first path. I haven't done the second path yet in Epic on my second account, which I don't upload or show anything from. That the highest champ I had to use in that account was a 550 Star-Lord, and I finished the top, the one without the Dormammu, with 0 items used. And I think that by isolating certain champs, it forces you to play good with those champs, to get used to those champs. And they may not be the most orthodox ones. They might be the odd champs. like Star-Lord, has been increasingly unpopular in the game, except for Labyrinth of Legends. I haven't seen him on Alliance War Attack. I've never once seen a video on YouTube of someone other than myself using Star-Lord on Alliance War Attack. It's probably out there, it's just not people that I watch. I watch maybe 10 people's videos every week. 10 different people, like whenever they upload war videos. And none of them use it. It's just not popular. But he's a great champ, and I think Kabam's trying to get us to realize that these champs that aren't used more maybe need to be used more, because they're very good. The second thing. That's the first argument. The second one's going to be shorter. Act 6 isn't for everyone. Act 5 isn't for everyone. Act 4 isn't for everyone. I still haven't got around to 100%ing Act 4 on my other account. I'm at like 99% and I have like 3 paths left on the last map. I'm not going to get to it anytime soon because I'm not in a rush. And that's the thing. You don't have to be in a rush in this game. Unless you really want to compete for those top rewards. You don't really have a reason to push that hard. And if you're someone that doesn't have 3 to 4 565s by now, you're very likely gonna never be one of the people in those very top alliances that's pulling their weight and have an amazing roster. It's just the reality of the game. I understand it will happen, which is why I'm saying not always. There are exceptions. People that grind arena a ton, whales come in and just catch up instantly. I've seen it before. It's gonna happen again. But Act 5. Now, Act 5 was what people in the MCOC community call a joke. Act 5 was by far the easiest content we have ever seen in this game. All 4 chapters that based on the rewards. So in total, all 4 chapters, I spent a combined total of roughly 450 units. That's not including the 20% revives I got from solo events like this. And that's also not including potions from free crystals or potions from other sources. This is strictly things I had to buy. So I think I had to buy 2 team revives, and the rest were single revives for Blade. Everything else I got through up to chapter 1 and 2. I finished before I got Blade, and then I finished chapter 3 after 3 and 4 after I got Blade. But if you look at the rewards, they're phenomenal rewards. They're amazing. And Act 5 was geared more towards skill and less towards roster. I could take any single champ in the game and go solo that Ultron boss. He was easy. He was not hard in any way. As long as you knew how the node worked and you're good at intercepting, baiting heavies, and wall intercepting, you're good. It's not a hard fight. That last Ultron, I think I soloed him every single time but one, and I got him to like 10% that time. He was very easy. And this is before I even had like high champs. That was with a 455 low signature level Blade that I did that. So I think if you're looking at it like scales, so if this way is more geared towards, let's say, skill, and this way is more geared towards, wait, which way works best? There we go, like that. This way is geared towards roster. The Act 5 was here. It was all. You did not need an insane roster for this. You just needed skill. And I think that when you're looking at it like this, just the angle on the camera is super weird. I think that the best way that Kabam could do it would be somewhere in the middle for Act 6 or more towards the roster side. I think they've been really generous with story quests Not event quests, don't get me wrong. I think there's been some really, really awful ones, like the maze. Rewards extremely expensive. That's why I only did one path. Cost me 300 units? Something around there. 3 to 4. I don't remember. And that was horrible. The rewards were awful. I only did it because last reward I needed to rank 5 my Medusa, and I did not want to wait for the next month of event quests. So I think that this game is moving more towards a combination of the two. A combination of skill and roster. And if your roster isn't there, then it's kind of encouraging you, not forcing you, because you can wait. You can try without these synergies. It's kind of encouraging you to play more arena. It's encouraging you to grind for featured champs. And in a way, it's kind of encouraging you to whale out, although it's not really, because it's not necessary. I'm just going to go to my roster, and you guys will see, like, I'm not biased. I don't have a great roster. Compared to other people at my level, I have a low-level roster. If you look at my 5 stars, not that great. 3 rank 5s, 4 rank 4s. And then, like, really? You go to what? That's top 18. I have 18. I have 38 champs at 550 or better. That's not great. That's really low for my level. I make it up by not dying in war, using the champs that I have to my advantage, and in ranking up good 5 stars whenever I get them. But in general, I don't have a great roster. You look at my team total, I'm just barely over 500,000. Let's look at other people at my level. Let's go to my alliance. Let's go to member rating. Look at that. The average member rating, way above mine. I'm one of the lowest in my alliance. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm 6th lowest in my alliance because there's one officer below me, I think. No, there isn't. I'm 5th lowest in my alliance. Out of 30. I really don't have a great roster. I've had terrible luck in this game, other than those blade features. That's the only luck I've had. Whenever I get enough to get an awakening gem. Oh, look at that! I pull 4 mystic gems and only 1 other class. I pulled a mystic. I've gotten 5 awakening gems. 4 of them had been mystics, and I used 1 on Archangel. That's why I only have 3. And this, like, I'm not given good luck. I'm not given good champs. I have to work for it. I grind arena probably more than 12 hours that's not fair. In a week, probably over 20 hours of arena. And that's what you need to do. That's why my unit count keeps going up. I'm exploring variant paths now and then. I'm saving all mine for Act 6 right now. But that's what it is. So I kind of did. A lot of the times I kind of like went off, not on topic, or I went off topic a little bit there. But my point is, stop hating on Kabam. You have to look at it from different angles. You have to look at the progression of the game, how far we've come. We have Alliance War seasons. We're on season 8 now. It's been so long. It's been like 10 months because the first 2 were 2 months long. 1 was 3 months long, I think. 1 was 2 months. It's been like actually 10 months since season came out. Doesn't feel like that long ago. Map 7 just came out. 6 stars. Like, the game is progressing really fast, and we're expecting Kabam to keep the difficulty level low. They shouldn't. They should increase the difficulty level. I'm not the best player. I'm not an amazing player. I happen to be a fairly decent fighter, enough to not die too much in war, enough to not die too much in Alliance quest, and enough to finish all the event quests. But I just feel like I have to take Kabam's side. I feel like they are right in this argument. They do not need to apologize. I've seen only one other video on this topic, and it was by Seaton, and that's it. But I didn't watch the video. I only watched the first minute, and I didn't read it. I know based on the title that he disagrees with me, but I just wanted to explain my side of things for the few people that'll see this and why I agree with Kabam. Thank you for watching this today, and I hope you guys have a good day. Please don't hate on me too much for this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.